One. Hello everybody, it's George Shrimp and welcome back to Skyfactory. Now, before we get into this, so for some reason, modded Minecraft, you need your headphones plugged in before loading up, otherwise they don't work, and if you plug them in after. So I've got no headphones, so I don't know, you might hear echoing from my mic. Actually, I'll just turn my speakers down. That should fix it. There we go. Okay, that should do. Right, so welcome back to Skyfactory. So in the last episode I said I was going to pick up on pretty much where we left off, get a cobblestone and whatnot, make lava, and I have done that and a little bit extra. So we're pretty much completely caught up. As you can see here, I've built a little base structure housey thing, and I made, instead of chests, we've got drawers, so we can just put all these things in drawers. I do actually have plans to upgrade them, but I thought I would wait until I was recording to do that. So let's get started. So I made this. We've got the storage. We've got another mob farm here that is a lot more efficient. For example, look at there's a lot of mobs in here. In fact, there's so many mobs that spawn in, it has automated itself, because in Minecraft, if too many entities are on one block, eventually it kills any other entity that goes on it, or it'll just launch them. So basically they come down and they just die straight away. And as you can see here, I mean, these are diamond chests, these are the biggest chests you can get. So yeah, I mean, that wasn't even that long of waiting around and all that happened. So we've got that. As you can see here, I got the auto sieves back up, so same premise as last time. So we've got these as well, elevator blocks, which is just an ender pearl surrounded by wool. Oh, okay, I'm gonna need a yeah, there we go. Get rid of them. Okay, so same thing as last time. We've got a big thing of lava, except it is more efficient now because I placed more lava underneath. So each one of these should be at heat level 3, every single one. All, as you can see, oh, do you know, it's been that long since I've came down here. I never even thought to check of how much lava I've got. So that's 1,000, but 2,000, 4,000 buckets of lava. Well, over that actually. This isn't even going in anymore, and we're not really using much power, so it's not draining. We're literally using power only for this. So same principle as last time. It goes in, I got rid of it turning into sand and just doubled it up, but now instead it comes up here, goes in here. And I figured out how to filter the flint out better if you just attach it directly to there and filter it out there, rather than try and filter it out of there. Because even when you filter it from up there, it still somehow gets past. So we've got a filter in here. As you see, there's a lot of flint that we can just throw away, to be honest. We don't need any of it. And we can have a look in here. So these full, any full. So we've got a lot of stuff. So we've caught up a lot in between episodes. So that's what I was doing yesterday. I was basically, I was doing a lot of this, and then I was really tired from work. My legs were really sore, and I'm not even gonna lie, I fell asleep and I woke up and I was like and then yeah, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, so I couldn't do a video. So we got, it's just my dog. Yeah, we got some doggies. I built a much smaller area because it was a lot easier, and some dogs spawned. So we got some doggies. We've obviously got the foundry because we needed Invar to make the clicker machines, I think. No, these hardened gold components. So in here we've got all of the crushed ores. Each one of these can hold 8 stacks of one thing. So 8 stacks in there, 8 stacks in there, 8. So, but we are going to upgrade them to these emerald ones, which increase storage by 32 times base value, which are the best ones you can get, and we really don't have no shortage of emeralds. So let's do that. So how do we make the upgrade template? So we need some drawers or whatever, and then sticks. So this surrounded by sticks makes them. Makes a lot more than I thought it did. And then I'm gonna get some more emeralds. So just put them in there, and then I think it said just that. Yeah, it was just that. We're gonna need some more sticks. Okay, so we'll make a stack of them. We start upgrading some drawers. We'll take all this iron out. And oh wow. Oh wow, there's 2,000. Wow. See, I never really got into the storage drawers much. I didn't really like it. I like to get into an ME system, which we are going to be doing very soon. Getting into an ME system as fast as I can. But I do see the appeal. Okay, so I cut it because I've just spent past, I'm not gonna lie, I was recording for 10 minutes. Yeah, I've now been recording for an hour, and 10 minutes actually, so an hour. I've moved everything, mainly over here, just tools and whatnot. I've emptied all these chests, all those ones, so everything's ready to go. So I think what I want to start getting into in this episode, we'll get into magical crops, because magical crops are pretty cool. So if we search seeds here, as you can see, we've got all sorts of different types of materials seeds. So we've got like ruby seeds and invar seeds, electrum seeds, but we want to start with the base seed. So we want to get a bunch of this inferium, and we are going to need to get some dirt. So I will set up a way to automate dirt again, because we've got a lot of rotten flesh coming in now, and I'm fairly certain rotten flesh can be used in the barrels. Yeah, so it just takes 10 to make a dirt as well. So, and we have 8,000. Wow. Okay, so we've got inferium essence, we need some seeds, and we also, okay, so we're gonna need to make a wheat farm. Okay, so we got a bunch of seeds, and we made some inferium seeds, and we have planted them. To make inferium seeds, all you do is just surround seeds with inferium, and it makes seeds just like that. We don't actually need very many of them, because we have a great farm for inferium, so it won't actually be necessary. Wait there, right there. Okay, so I want to show you one of the cooler things you can do with inferium and magical crops. So we're going to take our armor here, we're going to take some iron, and we're going to take some diamonds, and we're going to take these prosperity shards, and we're going to take some iron ingots, and is it like, no, a placement like that, make some prosperity ingots. We're going to do the same with the diamonds, make some prosperity gems, and now we're going to turn these into inferium. Wow, 12. We'll go 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, that's 14, not 12. I'll just make 14 of these two. I made 15. Great. So we won't place that in there. Do that. Now we've got an Inferium helmet, an Inferium chest plate, Inferium leggings, and Inferium boots. And then we're also going to do the same thing with our sword and our pickaxe. So we've now got the basic mystical agriculture armor. We can now technically augment this as well already, but what we're going to do first is upgrade it. So with this Inferium essence, we need to make one of these, an infusion crystal. So we'll make one of these infusion crystals, and now with the infusion crystals, what we can do is get a bunch of this Inferium essence, and we can put this in here and surround it like that to make Prudentium. Is that it? Prudentium essence. There we go, Prudentium. I've always called it Prudentium, I'm not gonna lie. Right, so now we're basically going to do the same thing with the Prudentium essence. We're going to surround it with... there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And same thing with the gemstones. I mean the ingots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're going to take them out. And then we're going to go again. And we're going to turn it into tertium essence. So we'll just fill all that in. Okay, so we don't actually have enough to do the tertium, full tertium stage. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But we can make the armor, because we've run out of prosperity. And to get prosperity, we need to see sand, and we get very little sand out of our little machine. You do. We've got 19 prosperity shards is all we've got. So we're gonna do the same thing we did with the Inferium, except we're gonna do it with the Prudentium. Now this is tier 2 armor and tier 2 tools. I've just realised I've left my TV playing. Don't copyright me. And then we're going to do the same with the tertium, but only with our armour, because we are poor still. And this is tier 3 armour. We are now orange. And this was 10 attack damage, which is a big upgrade from the Diamond Sword 7 attack damage. Which will be helpful later when we get into fighting withers and ender dragons. So yeah, that's the essential component for mystical agriculture, one of the essential components. But the other essential component involves us getting some of this stone, getting some of this wool, making some more wool, and then finding a way to make red dye. How am I going to do that? Okay, so we'll make our red dye. There we go. And we will make red wool. So now we're going to make some carpet. And we are going to make these altars nice and easy. And I did it wrong. So we need to make... we need gold. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we need a button. So there's a button. And now what we are going to do is make our first type of seed. So we're going to need a tier 1 seed. So if we look along these, we can... actually, elemental seeds isn't a bad way to go. We've got inferior stone seeds, dirt seeds. So what we're going to need to do is make prosperity seed base. So as you've just seen by that crafting recipe around them in a 4 with these. And then what we're going to do is get, just so we can make 2, break that, we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to, it doesn't matter what order you do them in, I just like doing it in order. And then we're going to get some inferior essence, we've run out, so we just turn this back into an essence, 1, 2, 3, 4, hit the button, and that's going to start doing its thing. And now we have our very first material resource seed. So these are dirt seeds. We'll go and plant these, and what these are going to do is these are going to grow and make us essence. We are going to have to wait for them. But I think it is great that we have finally gotten into this category, because mystical agriculture can be very helpful. I mean, once we're growing diamonds and iron, we won't even need sieving, and then obviously we can make harvesters and that, and we can automate it all. So it's going to be very fun. We've got a lot of fun things coming up. Right, so none of these, none of these, none of these, none, none, nope, 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 nope. Okay, so we didn't actually, unfortunately, do any quests in this episode. I do apologise, but we did get a lot done. We saw mystical agriculture, all this is done, so in the next episode we can move on and actually, now that we're getting into things and we're past all the nitty gritty, we can actually start getting into this mod. But for now, I hope you've all enjoyed. This has been your host, Geordie Shrimp.